Okay. So so far we are looking at digital branding. So the name of this module is digital branding. So we are looking at the branding. Then we have looked at online value proposition, the unique selling point, online value proposition, and all those. Then the power shift, digital brand equity in the previous class. And today we are looking at brand positioning. So this also is important. All of this is marketing tactic. Brand positioning is a key term in the world of marketing. So whenever we are doing branding, so a brand is much more than just the visual identity or the logo. Branding is there in not just the visual identity, not just in the pamphlet, in the flyer, in the packaging, in logos, and it's also how we position and how we place the brand in the market. So we are doing brand positioning today and the differentiation in digital age for today's brand. So we basically will be seeing the difference between the key concepts of brand positioning in traditional marketing and in digital marketing. So brand positioning. So in most of the classes, what we are talking about, we are trying to it's a sort of creating an impression. It's like we are designing the perception as well. So when we are creating logo, it's not just the visual aesthetics. It's not that we like the style, so we create the logo, but then we design a logo so that it has that visual tone, then the colors that it should be, it carries the same energy that we need. For baby products, the energy will be different, the emotional quotient will be different. We are trying to shape that perception, how people take it. So brand positioning refers to how a brand is perceived in relation to its competitors. So when we are creating a brand, we are creating it so that the brand's perception will be clear. When we see a brand, when we see a logo, so that we can tell that, okay, this brand is XYZ. This brand deals with baby products. This brand deals with MMA products, like mixed martial art products. This brand is associated with hospitals. This brand is associated with like NGO works and all. Like they help people and all. So but the logo should look something that people will like. In terms of NGOs, it should look in that people will feel welcomed, approachable, right? Like no, we don't need that MMA energy in there. So when we are creating a brand, we are creating it for the customer's perception. So the consumer's perception, whoever is our target audience, their perception. We are creating it so that in their eyes, the brand looks clear, approachable, and in the way that they would like it to be. And when we are doing brand positioning, we are positioning the brand so that it looks different than their competitors and it looks uh, sort of better than the competitors. Like what difference that a particular brand can bring. Like we all of us individually, we want to be unique. So all of us, we want to be we want to bring a difference in this world. So take it like that. Like all of us, our style, the way we talk, like we yes, we want to be part of the crowd, but then we also want to be unique. We want to have our own individuality. Just like that, for a brand, when we are doing a brand positioning, we are trying to position the brand, place the brand in such a way that in the consumer's eyes, it is positioned differently than its competitors. If there are 10 baby products, then the new 11th baby product brand that we are doing, we will try to position it, we will try to create the brand and then position it in a way that it looks different than the others previous 10 already existing product. So brand positioning, it's not just about the product itself, but how it is perceived in the minds of consumers. So since we are doing everything for consumers, for the end consumers, how people will see. So we don't think in terms of what I like, but we think in terms of what our consumers will like. So in terms of baby products, we'll be thinking for the people who take key decisions, the buying decisions. In terms of baby products, it's not the babies who take the decisions. Of course, they don't go and buy. It's their parents who go and buy, and mostly it's the mothers. So most of the baby products are made like that. Like if, say, if I am into mixed martial arts, if I am into WWE and all those things, then in a male perspective, I would, if I'm into biker thing and all those, then I would want my baby, no matter how young my baby is, to wear those sunglasses and those biker thing and all like that. So those may or may not be safe for the baby. So most of the buying decisions are made by the mothers. Like what's safe, what's not, what the baby should eat, what the baby should, when the baby should eat, uh, what the baby will eat, what the baby will wear, what the baby will take bath with. All of those buying decisions are made by the mother. So when we are creating for that baby product, it's how it is perceived in the mind of the consumer. Baby product goes to the baby, baby uses it, but then the key buying decisions are made by the mother. So it's like that. So even in terms of many NGOs and all, those who are doing NGOs for government entities and all, even though it's the common people who will be using the brand, the the say the different activities that the NGO will be doing, they'll be doing it for the common people. But then the brand that we'll be creating for an NGO, that one will be particularly targeted at the people who take the key decisions, the main primary stakeholders that we call. So we are doing it so that it answers the question, why should I choose you over others? So in terms of NGOs, it's not the people, the common people who will choose. They will be doing the activity involved, but then it's the maybe government officials and other things. There's also a certain a fund called CSR. So it's a company-related fund, like civil that. So CSR is a common term. So those CSR funds also are given by big corporates and all, so that they can help build up the common. It's meant for the common welfare and all. So when NGO brand is made, then that brand will be made targeted at those corporates who are giving up those CSR funds, government bodies, and all those. So they will be choosing which NGO brand it will go to. The mothers will be choosing which baby product they will be buying, right? And then when we are doing certain activities like for hospitals, of course, the patients won't be, uh, the patients may not be taking the decision which hospital they will go to. And it's also their friends and relatives, their immediate family. And then when we are doing for something like gym, something for those like, like, yeah, like those gyms, then the MMA gyms and all those. So those are done. So dance academies and all. So those are taken by the people themselves. They will decide where they want to go. So we are targeting them directly there. So it's basically why should I? So a brand positioning should clearly answer why should I choose you over others. So a well-defined brand positioning helps establish a unique presence in the marketplace. So it's very important in today's marketplace because we have so much of new and new brands coming up, so much big and different businesses coming up. Just like in like in this example, in this road there are many cities like this where there will be lots of signboards and then blue signboards and all like then how can one signboard be different from the other? Just like in terms of signboards, we are taking it to a much higher level. We are making a brand. How can a brand be different than the others? So it helps brands stand out amidst digital noise and captures the attention of potential customers. Um, there was a post just yesterday that I Colgate. So now those meme styles advertisements are coming up. Though it's not related to it's not related to brand positioning as such because it's just one particular meme. But then this was posted by okay, it's somebody else who wrote it. But then this one was given by Colgate. So Colgate is a toothpaste company, Palmolive. So they came up with this social post where this post is so Colgate is a very big company. They can make like they can hire the top designers to create their design. But then nowadays, each and every post, and especially in this era of AI, generative AI, when there's so much polished videos coming up, polished designs coming up, there's also this nano banana, which where you can just give in your photo and then you get with your photo itself, it will make you wear like designer wears, and then you can like no need to do photo shoot, no need to buy even costly garments, no need for light and all those also, like using those nano bananas, those apps. So everything is so polished nowadays that Colgate came up with this meme style where they came up, I can graphic design, also mean like, okay, I cannot graphic design. So they came up with a post, our graphic designer is out today, please buy our toothpaste. So this is how they are creating the difference, right? Like in terms of post. So when I'm saying for creating a difference, I mean this. But then when we are doing brand positioning, we are taking it on a much higher level as how the brand can be different from another brand. Maybe every brand nowadays uh, different brands are already picking up. Most of the brands that we have, they give assurance. They say that okay, use my product, it'll be like for toothpaste, they will say 99% germ removal, 100% germ removal, and things like that. So maybe if a brand comes and then it says that our toothpaste, it clears up to um, 60-70% germs usually, but then it can clear up to 90% only if you brush it correctly. So um, they are not giving 100% assurance. They are not giving. They are also saying that you have to brush your teeth nicely, and then they are saying that even if you don't brush your teeth properly, like you just take toothpaste and then just do it once or twice, brush your teeth once or twice, even then 60 to 70% of germs will be removed. But if you brush your teeth nicely, then like maybe uh, 90 up to 90% germ removal will be there. So that also sounds it sounds sort of true in today's world, because our eating habits also have changed, and then there can be lots of data that we can back with that sort of brand positioning. So that's how we can position a brand, and we will create the online value proposition and all other things according to that brand positioning itself. So we do a brand positioning so that it enables a brand to connect authentically and establish a lasting relationship with its audience. So a brand positioning has to be factual. It has to be true, of course, and then it has to be something different. That's why in marketing, thinking out of the box is a very common term. Like everybody wants people to think out of the box. So there are frameworks for effective positioning. So common tools include the brand positioning statement template, which articulates who the target audience is, what category the brand belongs to, its unique benefits, and the proof that supports those claims. It's just like the one that we have seen in the time of online value proposition. So even in online value proposition also, we have to um, tell who the target audience is, and if we have to include what category the brand belongs to, its unique benefits, and the proof that supports those claims. So brand positioning statement template, it's similar to the online value proposition, the one that we did in 2, 3 classes back. So digital clutter is because we have so much going on nowadays, and then the distraction is uh, super high. If you notice, mm, if you are, say, if you open up your social media and then you just keep on scrolling through, you may feel that it's just been 5 minutes when it's been half an hour. There's also digital well-being applications in your mobile phone, Android or Apple. So you can switch on those digital well-being, and then you can keep a timer of how much time you have spent on one particular app. Just for experimentation, just try finding that in your mobile phone, and then try to switch on a app. It's sort of like it will restrict, so there will be a timer. So you can only access your application for 1 hour, say in one day. You can use say Facebook, or you can use TikTok for just 1 hour. Just try to switching it. Just try to setting a timer like that, and then I'm sure most of even including me, so most of us we will find that that 1 hour goes very quickly. So I have switched on my that particular app, and then the first day when I switched it on, I had put it at 1 hour, and then when I came up in the maybe it's the second time when I opened the social media app, at that time itself the 1 hour it ran out. Then I came into realization that the amount of time that I was spending on social media throughout the day, that's why I was feeling fatigued, because I am working, and also in my free time when I want to rest, I have the habit of scrolling through like social media, looking for the content that I'm interested in, mostly like maybe music, maybe marketing, maybe what's going on in the technical thing, maybe news, maybe all those, and then 1 hour it just goes away in the blink of an eye. So there's so much of distraction that we don't even realize how much time we are giving to social media and all those news. So there's a lot of digital clutter, different things, many different topics coming up. There's uh, in terms of marketing also, many companies have already begun their marketing campaigns. They are doing a lot of content marketing. So content is easily available in the internet. There's Wikipedia, there's Google search, there's those social media apps. There's so much of uh, different forums, communities, and all those lots of things going on in in the internet as a whole. There are billions of users who log in every day, and they are posting content. So that is the challenge of saturation. So saturation is a significant challenge for brands with an overwhelming number of messages competing for attention. It becomes essential to differentiate one's effectively. So that's why brands must find innovative ways to engage with potential customers and break through the clutter by being unique and relevant. Earlier, it was like everybody are trying to post a lot of posts every day, and then it usually gets pushed. Then we have permission marketing, where we can take the permission and then we can do it. Once we have the permission, we know that that person will be interested in our post. But then many companies are also doing permission marketing. So me personally, I have given permission to a lot of different websites and different companies signed up in newsletter, that I get so many emails in my Gmail account that nowadays I hardly open up anything. So uh, there's lots of clutter even in my Gmail account, even though I try to keep it as clean as possible. So brands are facing that, to be seen, to be to attract the potential customers. So that's where brand positioning is important. If we have a properly positioned brand, then the next steps, of course, it's not that we have a good brand positioning statement and then it's done, but we have a roadmap. So marketing, it's like it's mostly execution, but then a lot of planning is required in marketing. Like in the previous classes, we were looking at the psychological behavior and the customers' behavior, what they are doing. The trends are shifting. So there's classifications of so many different generations. So many generations are there inside. inside the internet, just in social media itself. So there's a lot of challenge for brands. Now, when we have a good brand positioning, then for the next steps, it's easier to create a strategy. And according to the strategy, we have to keep on creating different campaigns, different methods of how we will try to engage the potential customers. So we also do A/B testing. So it's not that once when we do something, then it immediately it may or may not grasp the audience. So it might take a little bit of time. But then when we have a good brand positioning done, then it's those strategies and all, it's easier to keep track of where we are, how much we are being able to engage, and what problems we are facing that we should be addressing, we should solve. There's impact of short attention spans. So hook that we call the 3 second the 3 second attention span, the thumb rule that we have that people they use 3 seconds to scroll, bring the thumb down, press it, then like we just check 1 second and then we scroll it up and down. So that entire thing it takes about like 3 seconds. So there's just a 3 second attention span. Even if we are looking at different videos, when we are scrolling through, then we hardly stick around if the content is not that not that engaging. We hardly stay for uh, like hardly maybe 10 seconds and all. Then we have shorts which goes for 15 seconds only. Then we have reels which goes for 1 minute, like that. Yes, we can upload, but then those that constantly keeps on playing are like hardly up to on different platforms, hardly up to 60 seconds. So with so many content, so many things to be seen, people also are have their shorter attention span. To keep people engaged, it's difficult. So earlier, maybe when someone was talking, then they used to talk very slow. Nowadays, people also have started to talk fast. So they don't stay in communication for that long. They don't wait for a reply. They will immediately go. Like people's behavior also are changing with that. So people mostly what they do is like skimming content quickly. Skimming is a term which is like if I have a page, then it's basically like say I say a blog post. So just doing this is like scheming. So this is like a behavior. So when I'm looking at a blog post, so this is the definition of blog post. I go to the key heading, key characteristics, structure and content. Da, 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 da. A good blog post generally includes, okay, I'm interested in this. Then I go captivating headline, okay, engaging introduction, well organized body paragraphs, related visuals. Okay, maybe I'm more interested in relevant visuals. Then I go images, graphics, videos, can break up the text, okay, and then I go strong conclusion, calls to action, okay. Calls to action is important, so I go, these are specific instructions for the reader to follow. And then I go, okay, I'm done. So this is what scheming is called. So people are also skimming through video, there's a scrolling up, down, looking at content. So this behavior makes it difficult for brands to capture interest. Effective brand positioning addresses this challenge by creating compelling and memorable messages that resonate with audience, making them stop and take notice. And also, we have to make it very easy for people to understand. If people find little bit of difficulty in understanding, then they are not going to stick around. So we have to create compelling and memorable messages that resonate with audience. That's why even the messages also are starting to get short. We don't have long paragraphs. It's just like WhatsApp messages nowadays. People earlier maybe when there was the SMS thing, then people used to write messages. When there was just letters, people used to write long letters. There was write essays and all those. Then it's SMS when it came up to a certain number of characters. So nowadays it's WhatsApp. So in WhatsApp, we don't use WhatsApp. Mostly we don't use for long messages. We just like one, two words and then we are done. So I'm also implying that say the content that we are creating. So that also should not include uh, too much of one. Say too much of it should not be wordy, too much text. Maybe we should also include music to guide that particular feeling. Like say if we are creating a video for so a baby product, maybe the feeling we can use it with just the music instead of writing those things. Maybe with the color also, like I have shared in the class. So color, there are color scientists in Pixar and other things. So they create the color, use the color, so that it guides the emotional context as well. So and then people might also have their phone in silent. So we also should have captions. So captions also should not be that long that like people take a lot of time uh, to read it. That's why short words, it goes fast. The captions that we have in the video and all those. So that's how effective brand positioning it addresses. So we have a clear brand positioning statement, online value proposition, and all those. And then with that, we make a good strategy. And when we are creating that strategy of what content, which day we will be posting, and all those, which platforms we will be live, how we are doing the search engine optimization, how we are building the community, and all those. In all of those places, we'll be needing content, so we'll be needing media. So media can be paid, owned, earned. So when we are creating those media, then we are creating content which will have compelling and memorable messages that resonates with audience. Short, crisp messages. So making them stop and take notice. And it should be so effective that even if they scroll through those 3 seconds, even then they don't miss it. And then there's consequences of poor positioning. Of course, by now you all might have, already it's a sort of uh, very easy to understand. So if if the positioning is poor, then they won't be they won't be seen, they won't be heard, they will they will become invisible in the crowded market. So poor positioning, not only just being invisible, if they have a very good content, very interesting and engaging content, but then the positioning is not that good, the online value proposition is not that clear, then poor positioning can lead to confusion among consumers. They might stay confused. Um, it also applies to like in your cases, and to give you an example, for most freelancers who are starting up with design related services, so what usually happens is everybody wants to come up with a one-stop solution. They want to create that I create graphic design, I create videos, I do photography, I do music editing, I will do everything. So when you say you do everything, that itself it creates a confusion between consumers that what do they need. So if it's clear I do graphic design, then they will come to you when they need graphic design. But when they come to you, they say I need graphics design, they come to you, and then you're also trying to pitch videos and all things. Then they will get confused that do I need a video? Do I need a graphic design? They want a video because it's good, it's reels are interesting, but they also need a graphic design. So basically, they just needed an advertisement for social media ads. Maybe just one photo would have been okay, but now since you are offering everything, so they are like confused what they need and what they don't. Okay, just give me a moment. Huh? Thank you. That decreases the brand loyalty and ultimately lost sales. So when your consumers are confused, then they won't be so um, loyal. They won't basically since they are confused, so they don't know what to do. So that hampers with the brand loyalty thing, and then ultimately um, it leads to lost sales, lost orders. Since they are confused, they don't know what to do. Maybe they will think maybe another time and all. So establishing strong brand positioning is crucial for preventing these negative outcomes and ensuring that the brand is recognized and valued. So benefits of clear positioning. So clear positioning provides, it helps cut through the noise in a crowded market. You are not only seen, but then uh, you basically create a separation, individuality. You create a trait that this brand is different, making it easier for potential customers to recognize and remember the brand. When a brand effectively communicates, everything boils down to effective communication itself. Design itself is a form of communication. Design, there's a certain design, it's called communication design. So we are designing graphics design because graphics design communicates. That flyer that you are designing, it has to communicate. It has to uh, clearly and beautifully and easily communicate the thing that the brand wants to tell to the public. So maybe they are doing it through graphic design, through videos, through music, or whatever like that. So even if we come to music, then in terms of music as well, like you will see that those bands and those musicians, those singers, those lyricists, who are very popular, and then people they like what they do, their music and all, their songs and all. So they have effectively communicated what they wanted to. They're not confused. Uh, Say, for example, of the rock stars that we have, Michael Jackson that we have. So Michael Jackson has effectively communicated the songs that he wanted to uh, tell to people. He wanted to bring out to people. So that communication is in sort of like was made interesting. So just like that, we design graphics. We do other content creation also. So a brand, in terms of brand positioning, a brand should effectively communicate its unique value proposition. That's the unique selling point. Unique value proposition is like the digital online value proposition, and when they are effectively communicating, that attracts the right audience and fosters a sense of belonging and loyalty among existing customers. Nowadays in social media also it's like that you don't have to think about since there are so many different type of people all around the world, so the algorithm will do it for you. You just have to keep on creating content. This is true only for some more days. More new and new laws are coming up, new and new restrictions are coming up. So with that, those content creators who are very popular, if you see, then they started with simple content, but then people found those content creators, and then there were loyal followers as well. So since those content creators who effectively communicated what they were doing, what difference they used to bring, so that attracted the right audience. This is true for YouTubers as well. If you are, if you follow YouTubers who do review videos, maybe Mr. Beast and all those. So it's not about right or wrong. It's about the attracting the right kind of audience, and for those the right kind of audience who are already existing. So it's about fostering a sense of belonging and loyalty among the existing customers. Building online recognition. So one of the key benefits of clear positioning is its ability to build audience recognition. When consumers clearly understand what a brand stands for and how it differentiates itself from competitors, they are more likely to choose their brand. So brand positioning is also about selling the product or the service. This is true in terms of content creation as well. So for YouTubers, as the example of Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast has a lot of followers who like that kind of content where he is playing, games and all those. Me, I personally do not follow Mr. Beast, but he is a case study, of course, because he is the highest earning YouTuber. Me at say at my age and my interest, I'm more interested into content which where I find value. But then there are many people who consume Mr. Beast's content, and then they clearly understand what that brand stands for, and he also has been able to clearly communicate it to uh, his audience, and how it differentiates himself from those competitors. This recognition not only aids in immediate purchasing decisions, but also ensures that the brand stays top of the mind for future needs. So this is also true when we are creating any product or service. In the example of those, maybe that gym, the MMA exercise club, or that baby product, or that NGO. So when we are positioning ourselves, there's also creating emotional connections. So there's the rational and the emotional. Rational is the practical, and emotional is where we are connecting to our audiences emotionally. Effective positioning goes beyond just product features; it taps into emotions of consumers. Big player is Nike. Nike is have created an emotional connect with its audience through its marketing. Adidas have been doing the same, but then Adidas are not so high on marketing campaigns. They are doing it differently. So if you do a case study, then you will see how Adidas is doing it. But then essentially they are building up a emotional connection with the audience. Same goes with Coca-Cola as well. So by crafting messages that resonate emotionally, brands can create profound connection with their audience. This emotional engagement fosters brand loyalty and encouraging customers to advocate for the brand and share their positive experiences with others. So the differentiation type, I think all of you are getting what we are trying to uh, discuss here. It's 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 sort of so simple that it gets boring at times. I understand, but then when that's why we have to create document when we are actually creating it, because these are the important steps. These are the sort of the stepping stones of how brands are perceived. Because yes, as teenagers, what you guys might be interested, even I was interested in that when I was teen, was how sort of, like for like business entrepreneurs, we see the style that they are in. We see the Lamborghini that they drive, maybe the money that they can spend. We think that they have the free time that we want. We don't want, say, a regular 9 to 5, 10 to 6 job, but and all those. But then what essentially it comes is like there's lots of small activities inside it, and as marketers as well, like even if we are doing a job for somebody, uh, and then we are marketing for them, then this brand positioning and all of those, the digital branding quotient that we are doing, it plays an important role of they how it is placed and how people are perceiving, because at the end of the day, it's supply and demand. It's businesses are there to solve problems. So when a business can solve people's problems, then people will keep on coming to that business to solve their problems, as long as the problem exists. So when we are doing brand positioning, the differentiation type, how we can differentiate our brand from different brand, is either with price, quality, niche, value, or it can be emotional. So if others are doing it at 100 shillings, then maybe we try to do it at lower competitive rate. So if you are trying to uh, give graphic design services to somebody else, or you're trying to sell perfume, or you're trying to sell some garment online, maybe you try to do it uh, at a lower price than others. So you can create a difference in the price, or you can do it with a better quality maybe. So maybe the price is the same, but then your quality is better. Maybe if your quality is better, you can also increase your price. And maybe the niche, maybe somebody is say in example of a garment. If the brand is a garment brand, then maybe everyone is doing for a general garment. Then maybe that particular brand that you are doing, that garment brand, maybe they do only formals, they do only casuals, like that. So we can create a niche. There's also for garments, that wedding gown also I have seen. There are many specialized wedding gown uh, providers. So these providers, they do wedding gowns only. So and then still they are sustaining, still they are running just by doing only that. Then there's the value. Value can be in many different aspects. So it's not just the price, the quality. It can also be um, sort of can be the perceived value as Apple has a perceived value as well. So there are many competitors for Apple Macintosh products, so they will have equally uh, good hardware. So Apple product can cost, say, 100,000 shillings, maybe more than that. And then there can be another Windows or Linux or AMD processor based that they are doing uh, similar kind of hardware. But then the perceived value that they have, Apple have, it's little bit more than what these brands they have. So the value can also be with a brand name, like those big brands with garment brands, Gucci, YSL, and all those brands. They have a perceived value as well. So like they don't need to tell about what the quality is. The quality can be very poor, but like I'm not, yeah, they won't be dealing in very poor quality, but then still, like if it's Gucci, YSL, and all those big brand labels, then people don't have to explain it to others. Like it becomes like a style statement. So that also it comes within a perceived value. Then it can be emotional. Perceived value also is emotional, but it can be emotional in another way as say Nike, just do it and all those. So it becomes like a statement. So emotional for others, it's basically as simple as what they are. And for value-based differentiation, it's more than what customers expect. So the price and quality they are getting, but then the statement, the impression, the people recognize them and all those. And emotional differentiation connects through storytelling and brand values. So in terms of NGO and all, maybe, so they can have a different storytelling and brand values. People will connect to them. So, for instance, examples, Teco are known for their price-based differentiation by offering affordable smartphones. Techno, Techno mobile phones. Apple exemplifies quality-based differentiation by providing premium products. Mama Tendo Foundation that caters specifically to women's need. This is all sort of, I tried to come up with Uganda based. So Mama Tendo Foundation, if you look up to um, on the internet, it's about an NGO. And they have specifically to families, so wing woman and all those. So caters specifically to women's need. Airtel Uganda demonstrates value-based differentiation by promoting more for less, while Coca-Cola capitalizes on emotional differentiation by evoking feelings of happiness. Share a Coke and all those. Strategies to stand out. So brands should always authenticity. We all of us should be authentic. Nobody likes fake people, fake products, and all those. Then clear messaging and understanding their unique selling proposition. This is USP. So creating engaging content that reflects the brand's personality and values can captivate the audience. Additionally, leveraging social proof like customer testimonials and maintaining consistency across all channels helps reinforce the brand's identity and position. So this basically is paid, owned, and earned media. brands will have to do paid media because that is the advertisement part. They will have to do owned media because that is the community building part. And they will have to do the earned media because that is where they can uh, show to other people that these are my customers, testimonials, and they are happy. So this is the proof that our brand is good and all those. The positioning strategies. So creating a strong online presence, brands should focus on optimizing their website for search engines. With optimizing their website, it also means that their website should be fast. But if it takes like 10-15 minutes for a website to load, then the people will lose interest. So if it's very important, only then maybe people will wait. But then if not, then nobody is going to stay there. So the it should be fast loading, and with the SEO, SEO is for the content. So, it should be easy for search engines to search through the website, and even for people also, it should be easier for them to uh, go through the website where the UI, UX, the layout design, user interface, user experience, it matters. Then brands should also maintain active social media profiles, not that there are um, 10, 20 social media platforms. You don't have to be available in all of it. Maybe even two or three platforms will do. But then just to brands should be sure that wherever they are present, they should be active, and they should be active so that they can engage with their audience, and using their social media profiles, their also their website, and also when we are saying regular content updates, there's also the Google My Business platform. So where the businesses can be located there as well, they can give regular content updates. So people can also use that to leverage. Investing in digital marketing strategies ensures that the brand remains visible and accessible to potential customers. So visual branding plays a crucial role in brand positioning as it supports the brand's message and identity. So we have the logo design, we have the color schemes, and then the typography. Typography is where you um, do the typefaces. This particular is uh, Josephine font. It's about the font. Different fonts have different emotions. So when we are doing, this is sans serif. So we don't have the hat, something like that. So we don't have the tip. It's not there. So that's a sharif, and that's a sans serif. So different fonts have different feelings. So all of this logo design, the color scheme, the typography should be chosen carefully to resonate with the audience and convey the brand's personality. Consistency in visual branding across all touch points strengthen recognition. So this is where we have the branding guidelines. We keep it consistent. So common pitfalls to avoid is brands should trying to please everyone. So we cannot please everyone. So we have to take sides, no matter how diplomatic we might want to play. And in terms of brand, it's very crucial. They cannot please everyone. So they have to know their target audience and their niche market. So trying to please everyone can dilute the message. Copying large competitors instead of developing a unique voice can lead to lack of authenticity. So a copy will be a duplicate, and nobody likes like duplicate. So if they if want, they will go to the original itself. And messages should not be inconsistent. Inconsistency in messaging or branding can confuse customers. Inconsistency in terms, say your website says one thing, your Facebook says another thing, and your Instagram profile says some other thing. It can be within the same limits itself. Maybe in your in your WhatsApp, you have say in your website you are a one-stop solution. You do all kind of design. You do graphic design, you do video editing, you do audio editing and everything. And then in Instagram it says that you are a graphics designer, and in your Facebook, you're saying that you're an entrepreneur. You have your business. And then in your LinkedIn, since you also need job, so in your LinkedIn, it says that you are looking for job, and then that you do all of this, like you do everything. So that creates confusion between people. When people will do Google search, all of this will come up. All of this will come up, and then they will see inconsistency that you are saying one thing here, another thing there. So they will get confused. So clarity should be maintained, and coherence, everything should be one. So logos, just as logos should be same across all platforms, the color schemes also should be same, and the tone also should be same. And that itself is not an easy task. It takes a whole team to do all that. So big brands will have the consistency in tone as well, in colors as well, in all of this. There's also different documents. Lots of documentation is required for marketing, and for that consistency, something it's called the branding guidelines. So when we are doing design, we have that mood board where we create the mood. So brands also need a mood board. So from that mood board, they will be creating a branding guideline, like what color will be used, what fonts will be used, your website and your design. If the website, the font that you're using in your website, if you're using the same font in your content when you're posting in Instagram, then people will directly connect. They go to your website, they see the font, they remember that. They won't know the name, of course, but they will know how it looks. And then they come to your Instagram page, they see the same font, then they link it with your website. If it's different, then they will have to go through the name. Okay, what's the username account? Okay, what's the logo? Okay, okay, this is that. Okay, this is that. Then like, and then in today's world when there are so many brands, people don't have the time to do all that. So in conclusion, strong brand positioning is essential in this digital age. It helps distinguish a brand from competitors and fosters recognition, loyalty, and emotional connections with consumers. By utilizing effective differentiation strategies and avoiding common pitfalls, brands can create impactful identities that resonate and stand out in a crowded marketplace. So that's it for today's class. If you have any questions,